Yeah, good morning, guys. Let us get started. So I'm sharing the screen. Hope you're able to see my screen.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
thanks. Yeah, thanks. So yesterday we looked at the chain of responsibility design pattern. So the chain of responsibility design pattern says that it creates the chain and then the object will follow that chain. Like request will be traversed over the chain. So the JVM by default follows the chain of responsibility design pattern. So whenever we call the methods, all the method calls will be stored in the call stack. Whenever there is an exception, JVM creates an exception object and then looks at the call stack and then determines where is the error and then whether it is handled or not. And then by looking at the call stack, it will identify from where that method is called if the exception is not handled, and then it will print the stack trace. So while printing the stack trace, it is following the chain of responsibility design pattern. And we also have given you the example of ATM machine as well. And I've shared the code. Did anyone go through the code?
Sir, where are you sharing the code, sir?
In the WhatsApp group I have shared yesterday.
Sir, I have not been added to the WhatsApp group. Can you please?
Okay. Have you completed the enrollment?
Yeah, long before. Almost 5-6 days before only.
I think then whatever the mobile number is you have given, it should have been added. Are you not part of this C03 design patterns group?
No.
Okay.
Mine is not there.
Okay, fine. May I know your name?
Siva Vegas, no.
Yeah, Shiva, right? Okay. Just ping your name and your mobile number and email ID in the chat, so I'll talk to them. Okay. Yeah. And your mobile number, please, and then ID. Yeah. I will talk to them. I'll get it added. Don't worry.
Please.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'm missing that whatever the updates are sending over there.
Yeah, sure. So I ideally, whenever you are completing the enrollment, you should have been added from the back end. Maybe some human issue. So we'll sort it out. Not a problem.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, and what about others? Did anyone go through the code? No? Yes?
No, sir.
Okay. Fine. Let us quickly. But you understood what we are trying to do in the yesterday class, right? So 2,500 and then 100. Correct?
Yeah.
Now, in order to implement that, now let us say I'm telling that. So let me write chain of responsibility. Okay. Now, in order to follow this chain, so user will enter this amount. Okay. Now, first, what should I check? Is it multiples of 100 or not? If it is not multiples of 100, can I say directly, please enter the valid amount?
No, sir. You have to check for remaining also.
Yeah. See, that means whatever the amount entered, it should be multiples of 100, first of all, correct? For example, if I am entering 2850, is it possible to dispense?
No.
That means whatever you enter, it should be multiples of 100, correct? 100
Yeah.
multiplied by 28, then only, that means divided by 100. And if your remainder is 0, can I say that you have entered the correct amount?
Yeah.
And if the remainder is not equal to 0, I will throw the exception. Please enter the amount multiples of 100, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Now, for example, so that is a simple validation done. Now, once I enter the multiples of 100, so what do you think first? We need to go to the 2000 rack and find and get number of nodes. And then you have to create a chain to 500. And then you have to create a chain to 100. Now, in order to do this, what I will do is I will create one interface. Interface. The name of the interface is dispense chain. You can keep anything. It will be easy to understand this one. Okay. Now, in the dispense chain, I will create one method called chain. Okay. And I will also create one more method called dispense. What this dispense method will do is, so whenever you are entering 2850, first, whenever you are going to 2000 rack, So how many 2000 notes should be there? How do you get? Number of 2000 notes equal to 2800 2000. Am I correct? This will give you 1. So that means, can I say how many 2000 notes you are dispensing? 1. So that means in the dispense method, in the interface, I am creating a static, like abstract method. Can I say this dispense method has to be overridden in 2000 class, 500 class and 100 class? Am I right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. At the same time, once you completed this one, where do you go? And you need to check if reminder is not equal to 0, correct? Reminder is nothing but 2800 percentile 2000. If it is not equal to 0, can I say that you will create a chain, correct? Chain go to 500, correct? Now that means in every class, I need to override this chain method and then dispense method. Am I right? Now, so in order to create this currency, I'm just creating a class called currency. In the currency class, I will keep string amount or double amount as a currency. Double currency. And I will add setter, getter. And getter. What this dispense method should take? Currency object, correct? Because using the dispense method, what are you doing? Whatever the entered amount divided by your rack, correct? Now, what does the change?
You can take as integer also, right?
Yeah, you can take anything. Yeah, it can be an integer, anything. So I'm just saying, time being, generally amount will be taken as a double. So I'm telling double.
Okay.
Data type doesn't matter, guys. Even if you can keep string also not a problem. Whenever you're doing division, you can convert that into string into an integer double also. Okay. Now in the what does the chain method should take? It should take an object, correct? Whether it's a 2000, 500, 1000. Now I'm saying, so if I'm creating a class called class 2000 rack, can I say that it should implement what it should implement? Dispense chain, correct? Dispense chain, yeah. And then whenever I'm implementing, I will override the dispense method and it will take amount or currency. Let me write currency object. Okay. And then I will write the code. What code I will write? First, I will write, see, number of dispensing notes is nothing but 2800 divided by 2000. And then I will write system.out.println. That means dispensing 2000 rupees note. And then if the remainder is not equal to 0, then dispense dot chain, I will transfer it to the 500 object, correct? Now, so similarly, yeah, whoever is not speaking, please go on mute. Similarly, we need to write 1000 and then 500 also. Just a minute, guys. Yeah, sorry, guys. So now similarly, I have to write a code for 100 and then 500 also. So 1000 and then 500. Yeah, that means another 2 classes. And then in the main class, so I will write some class that's a main class, and in that I will write a main method. So there I will create a chain. So how will I create a chain? 2000 dot next equal to 1000, 1000 dot next equal to 500. Now let us quickly write that. Now let me create a package for this chain of responsibility. So chain of responsibility ATM example I'm writing. Okay. Now these are public class. In the public class, we will write a main method. Now let us write first interface, and I will write dispense chain. or before that, let me write a class currency. So in the currency class, what I will create is double amount. Okay. So I will create a set of getters for this amount. Let me make it as a private variable. Source, generate, getters and setters. Select all, done. Okay. Now I just created a class called currency and I added an element called amount, set amount, get amount. Done. Now let me create a interface. Interface dispense chain. Okay. So now in this one, let me write one dispense method, void dispense method. Okay. And at the same time, chain method. Now dispense method, I am accepting currency object because I need to calculate how much amount I need to dispense. Okay. Now chain method returns dispense chain object because all the classes, whatever the classes that we are going to return, those are nothing but a child classes of dispense chain. Okay. Now, so let us write the code of class. So I'm just writing notes class 2000 rack. Okay. Open bracket, close bracket, done. Now let me write implements dispense chain. I hope you guys are following me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No. So now let me override all these methods, add unimplemented methods. Now, so in the dispense method, what should I write, guys? So int number of 2000 nodes equal to, let me take currency, right? Yeah, it should be currency. CY. Yeah, spelling mistake. Now, currency divided by 2000. So here, why did I keep 2000? Because it's a 2000 rack, so you need to know how many nodes you need. Okay, I'm putting int. Or else, so instead it is not allowing. So what if, instead of doing the typecasting, let me keep time being int only. Or else I can keep double also, not a problem here. Okay, sorry. Currency dot get amount, right? Yeah. Okay, currency dot
Top
get
you
amount.
didn't change for getter method. You didn't change.
Yeah. Thanks. So now this will give me. So here can I what does the meaning? Sys out. Can I write dispensing 2000 nodes, correct? So what does, for example, if I'm giving 4800 divided by 2000, then how many 2000 nodes will come? 2, correct? So then what does the text box will say? Dispensing to 2000 nodes, correct? Now after that, now what do you need to check? Reminder, int reminder equal to the same thing, amount percentile, correct? I can keep double also, not a problem, guys. I'm just using it. Now, if reminder not equal to 0, 0, then what I should do? I have to go to some other method. Now, here in the dispense, what is the dispense chain I will create? So let me create dispense chain C1, C. Okay, now C dot, yeah, C dot chain. And this chain should take the object. What object? It should say, it should take dispense chain object only. Dispense chain D. You will get to know why. Just a minute. d dot chain equal to d. Okay. So we'll modify this code little later. Don't worry. Return. Okay. So let's complete this first dispense method in all the 10. Then we'll come to the chain method. Okay. Now, if I have to implement the same thing for the 1000 rack, can I say that I have to copy the same method and then implement? Yes or no? Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes. Same.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Only change the 2000.
So we need to write the chain method. I'll come to the chain method. Don't worry about that. Let's complete this 1000. Okay. And then here I need to change 1000 and I'll variable name also I'll keep 1000 so that it would be easy to understand. And 1000 and here also 1000. Okay. Now let's write 500. Sorry, 100 as well.
That 2000 notes also need to be changed.
Yes, yes. 1000. Okay. Now let's keep it 100, 100, 100. Okay, sorry, 1000. No, not 1000. Right? Just keep 500. Yeah. Because the example that I told was 500. So you can keep 1000 also, not a problem. We can think that before Modi we are doing the example. Okay, now 100. You can say 100. 100. Is there any other place? Done. Okay. Now, so we'll come to this chain method and then remainder not equal to 0. Now let us write the main method. In the main method, so first I need to create a okay, fine. So in the main method, let us take input. In order to take the input, we can use a scanner, right? So let's write while true. Sys out. Please enter the amount to be withdrawn.
Sir, what is there in chain method, sir?
So in the chain method, let me quickly show you guys. Okay. So what we are trying to do here, if the remainder is not equal to null, for example, if it's, so I'm just showing you the code since you have asked now. So if it is a $50, I mean, like in this example, there is a 50, 20, $10. Okay. Now this dot chain dot dispense. Once we complete the 200, where the data should go? It should go to the 500, right? Yeah. So that chain we are creating. So let me copy this method, then you will understand. Okay. Instead of this one. Sorry, let me take this one.
No, we have written already chain method, right? What is there in our chain method?
So that I haven't written that code. I will be writing.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. Now. So here, now let's go to the main method. Okay.
Sorry, it would have been easier to understand if we have written in separate files these classes.
No, if you write a separate file, right? So every time you need to go to the multiple places. So that would be a little difficult. So here, if in the one thing, if you write, it would be easy to scroll down and then look at it. That is the only advantage.
Yes, sir. Even it is easy to navigate on that.
And in future, if you're, so I can modify the files, not a problem. I mean, like whenever we are writing in one file, can't we keep it in a different file? Yes, correct.
But one file is more convenient, sir.
Yeah. So that was the feedback. I used to write in different files to make the students understand, but that was the feedback I got in the previous classes. So I'm writing in one. But no worries. Once we complete in the single file, if you guys want separate, we can do that separate also. Okay. Okay.
No, sir.
Now in the
Single file is more convenient, sir, to see.
No issue, sir.
Actually,
You can
I am
keep it
doing
like this.
multiple files. This is more convenient actually to understand.
there was someone who is speaking. Yeah, go ahead.
No, just keep it like this. I just wanted to miss. While working, we use separate files.
Okay.
So that is what I was habitual.
Okay.
No
Fine.
worries.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm creating a constructor. So in the constructor, so what I'm doing for this dispense chain, I'm creating an object. Okay. Now dispense chain D. Okay. Now in this constructor, I will let me create. Now can I say by looking at this one, what is this for node 200 rack? What is the parent? This interface, correct? Now can I create a object instead of
Read it,
like
Pannar.
list L equal to new array list? Can I create an object like that? Yes. Now that is what I am going to do here. Now this dot D equal to new to nodes 2000. So I'm creating a object of all those objects here. Now I will create again dispense chain D1 equal to new nodes 500 rack, correct? Done. D2 equal to 100 rack. Now can I say that I have created all the objects in the constructor whenever you're calling this object of this class? Yes or no? Now I need to create a chain. Now can someone tell me first I need to go to the 2000, from there 500, from there 100. Now in order to create this one, let us do this one. See here C1. So in the C1, yeah, sorry, let me, okay, D dot chain. See in the, what is a D object, guys? D is nothing but a dispense chain. So in the dispense chain is the parent. So by using this one, so I have a method called chain. From 2000 I need to go to 500, 500 I need to go to 100. So what I am doing in this method, so whenever I say D dot, there is a chain method. Okay. So T dot chain from see what is D? D is a 2000 object. From 2000, where do you need to go? 500. Can I give to D1 here? Right? Now, from D1, where should I go? D2.
D2.
What does a D2 mean? It's a 500, right? That means, can I say that I have created a chain? Yes or no? So now in the main method, let me create an object of this class. C equal to new object. Now, whenever I create an object, all means all those this constructor will be called, and then objects will be created and chain will be formed. Now, what I'm doing, while true, please enter the amount to be withdrawn. Now, in order to read the amount that is user entered, I'm using scanner. Scanner S equal to new scanner. And then system.in. Okay. Now system.in. Now, so now if in dot S dot, sorry. What is that method? I forgot. Next int, I think.
Next int.
Yeah, next int. Yeah, next, because I am accepting the amount in terms of integer, so I will use next int not equal to null. Okay. What it is giving? Okay, it's a not equal to 0. Let me keep. Okay. Now, so whatever the user is entering, so this I will read it into a int amount equal to s dot next int. Now, what is the first check I need to do? Whatever the amount that is entered by the user, it should be multiples of 100, correct? How
Yes.
can I ensure that it is multiples of 100? Amount
Even
percentile by 100 equal to 0. If it is not equal to 0, can I throw the error message?
Yes.
Sys out.
Enter.
please enter multiples of 100. Okay. Now, for example, if it is else, so where should I start my logic? I should trigger, correct? So if it is a amount not equal to 0, I mean, like this percentile by not equal to 0 means whatever we entered is not in terms of multiple. So I will return here itself. Yeah, return statement, so that the loop will be break. If I'm not writing, it's a continuous while loop. It's a continuous one, correct? So if it is not, you are not entering properly, you will come out of this one. Okay. Now, for example, once you enter proper amount, then what should I do? Where should I send the logic first? Which method should I call? Out, I have 3 racks, 2000, 500 and 100. Which rack should be called first? 200, correct? Now, how can I get this object? Now, can I say that C object, C dot, what I will do? D dot dispense, correct? And then what I need to create? New currency, and I'm passing that amount. Now in the currency, let me create a constructor here. I do not have a constructor. Let me create a constructor, int AMT. This dot amount equal to AMT. Done. Then new, what is this amount? So let me keep this amount outside so that I can access also here. Now, instead of not equal to amount, let me write amount. Amount, let me keep it here. Okay. Now here, you guys think, just let's start executing. Now whenever I'm doing the line number 16, I'm creating an object. So whenever object is created, constructor will be called. In this constructor, what I'm doing, I'm creating a chain from 200. I should go to 500. How I'm creating? See, in the 200 node track, do you have a chain method? Yes. In this chain method, by using this chain method, what does the chain method is taking? So the chain method is taking, sorry, yeah, the chain method is taking a dispense object. It's a parent class, right? Now, so here what I'm doing, chain dispense D dot chain equal to whatever the object I am, so sorry, C, this is a C here, right? C dot chain equal to D, I have mentioned, right? Now C dot chain new currency of reminder. Okay, sorry, I need to give, okay, I'll come to this method later. Now, so from here, I have, once the chain is created, so I'm asking, please enter the amount to be withdrawn. He is entering, assume that he is entering 2,850. So it is not multiple, so you will return. That's one test case is done. Now other one is 2,800. Is it multiples of 100? Yes. Then where are you going first? C is nothing but this class object. Internally, inside this, you have D. What is that D means? 2000 rack. In the 2000 rack, you are going to the dispense method. Am I right? So it will go to the 2000 rack dispense method. Right, done. Now in this 2000 rack, what is the logic? So what is the currency? You are getting 2,800. 2,800 divided by 2,000, yes. So you will get 1. So it will give the output dispensing 2,000 nodes. And then what is the remainder? 800 rupees. Okay, 800 not equal to 0? Yes. Then where you need to go? You need to go to the next. Now, how do you get the next? Let's see. You just need to call the, see here, this dot chain dot dispense. Here, C. This one, this object name I keep it C. So let me keep it. Yeah.
C is not instantiated, right?
But here it is getting instantiated in the constructor also. It is getting instantiated, right? Whenever I'm calling, say here, what I meant by that is, so whenever you're calling this method, whenever you're calling this one, you're creating an object, right? And here you are passing that, right?
Okay.
Okay. Now,
Sir, can you please rename the single letter with a meaningful variable?
okay, this, okay. Let me make it as, okay, wherever C is there. See, this is a shortcut case. Wherever the variable is there, if you want to modify, this is how you can do. Okay, what is
What you
this?
did, sir, for modifying all at once? What is the key you used?
Okay, so here Shift Alt R. So here, see, whenever you have a C here, assume that, okay. Now this C, you want to change it to some meaningful name, correct? In order to do that, here 1 place, 2 place, 3 place, or it can be 10 places. You need to hold Shift, Alt, and then R. Okay, it will select all the places, look at here. And then let me write chain. Is it getting replaced? In all the places, it is getting replaced, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now.
Sir, that dispense spelling mistake, sir. Yes, C last.
Yes, that is the meaning. Okay. Okay, now, so here from this dot chain means how would you get to this chain? Because in the main, in the constructor itself, you added it, correct? Let me cross verify that too. Yeah. This dot chain equal to chain. Okay, yeah, the same thing.
Yeah, now it's correct. Equal to you have assigned it.
Let me add. Okay, now. So from, if the reminder is not equal to 0, from here it is going to dispense new currency reminder. But how do you know it will go to 500 only after 2000? That is the logic we have mentioned here. So here D, first I am starting with the 2000. So D dot chain means what I have mentioned, D1. What is a D1 object? 500 rack. So that means, can I say from here you will go to 500 only from the 2000? Yes or no? So let me modify the variables here also in the 500 rack as well. See here, right? Shift Alt R. Chain, yeah. New currency. And then reminder. Okay, done. Let's keep the same thing here. Chain. Okay, chain dot dispense. Yeah, there is a spelling mistake, hence I am not able to get earlier. Yeah. Okay, let's quickly debug this, guys. Let me keep the debugger here, starting point, and then in this one, and then let me keep the debugger in the 2000 rack, 500 rack, 100 rack, and the chain method. Okay, now let's quickly debug as Java application. Do we have any errors? No. Yeah. So I'm creating an object. Whenever the object is created, it will go here, right? Look at here. Say first, I'm creating a 2000 nodes, and then 500 nodes and 1000 nodes. Now what I'm doing, 2000 dot chain, I have to keep 500. So that is what I'm doing here. So 2000 dot chain means it will go here to this method. Okay. Now here, what is the object? It's a 500 rack. So I'm assigning it, correct? Yeah. So, and 500 to 100. Okay. Now if you look at here, see, 2000 is 500, 500 chain is 100. Can I say that I have created a chain? Hope you guys able to see the chain.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Everyone, this is very important here. Based on this, your request will be transferred to another object. Okay. Now let's go. Now here, while true, what is, please enter the amount to be withdrawn. Yeah. Now when I say scanner dot input, now it is expecting 2800. I will do enter. See, what is the amount it has taken? 2800, correct? See, this is my output. This is how the scanner will work, 2800. Is it not equal to 0? Yes. Okay, is it multiples of 100? Yes. So now you guys tell me, what is a D object? C dot D means what? 2000, correct? So 2000 dot first dispense I'm going. This dispense will go to the 2000 dispense method. Am I right? Yeah. Now let us see. Here, what is the currency you got? 2800 inside that. See, 2800 divided by 2000. How many notes? See, look at here.
I
Dispensing
am
one.
losing a connection at C dot D. That's what I am not able to.
Okay, sorry. Okay, let me debug it again. Okay, instead of C dot D, let me see here in the main method. Here, okay. So, what is the class name here? Chain of responsibility ATM example, right? So, in this one, you need to see where this chain will be created. How this chain constructor will be executed whenever you create an object of this, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once you create an object, so that means D. Inside this, where do you start your logic? 2000 rack, correct? What is the object of 2000 rupees note? Instead of D, can I say change it to 2000? Do you want me to do that? The variable name, should I change it to 2000?
No need.
Yeah. So what does it C dot D? That means you see what is here. Whenever you are starting a logic, what did I tell you? First, I will go to the 2000 rack, and then I will check whether whatever the user entered is multiples of 2000. Then I will dispense 2000. If not, I will go to the next one. Now I have to start my logic with the 2000. So where that link is created inside this constructor. How can this constructor will be called? By creating an object. So see, for this main class, I created an object. That is what C. Okay, done. Why am I doing D? Because what is my object? First object 2000, correct? So that is nothing but a D. So C dot D means it will go to the 2000 rack. And then in that I'm calling the dispense method. Hope you understand. The one who asked a question.
C dot D means 2000.
Yeah. So here, what is this here? Line number 16. What does it mean?
That is a main class object.
Yeah. So what is that object name?
C.
Okay.
That is the chain of responsibility.
So can I say that this constructor will be called?
Yeah, that will be called.
Inside this constructor, what are you doing? You are creating an object of 2000 rack, 500 rack, and 100 rack, correct?
Correct. Okay.
Now, whenever you are starting a logic, where you first rack, you have to go to the 2000 rack. Am I right?
Okay.
Now, how can I call the 2000 rack object? How can I access this object present inside this one? First, I need to, it's an instance variable, correct? Now, what is this C dot D? What is a D? It's an object of 2000 rack. C dot D means what? It's a 2000 object, correct?
Okay. Okay.
And then on top of that, I'm calling the dispense method. Then it will go to the 2000 rack dispense method, correct?
Okay. So good.
Okay, let us
got
see.
it.
Others, I hope everyone understood.
Yeah, I think, can you please rename that D to 2001 so that it is always best.
But you see, that is the reason. If I rename it, you will forget this chain, right? You will think that with the name, it is automatically. But who is doing the chain? This chain method is implementing the chain. So that's the reason I'm not doing.
No, but always it will be, D will be always the first rack, right?
Yes.
So,
but from the first, see here, if I D1 to 500, D2 to, okay, let me do that.
No, even for the second rack, it is a D1, it is a different one, right? So D will always be first rack.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Fine now?
Yeah, now it is fine.
Okay. Yeah, here also it is matched.
In the main method, we are always calling the first rack.
Yes. Yes.
So in turn, it will call second rack and third rack.
Yeah. Yes. The chain you have created in the main method itself, like whenever you're creating an object. So where are you creating chain? Look at here. So here, see, first, whenever you're creating an object, first you are creating all the three objects, guys. 2000, 500, 100. And then what is my chain? First 2000, then 500, then 100. This is how my request has to transfer, correct? First, my entire amount should go to the 2000 rack and then do some calculation, then 500 rack, then do some calculation, then come to 100. So this is a logic. Now, See, it is getting, I am adding the chain. Now, once you complete this one, if you look at this one, see rack 2000. What is the chain for that? 500 node object. What is the chain for that? 100 node object, correct? These are the different classes. My request will traverse through this object, correct? Now, let us see. See, I am creating, please enter the amount to be withdrawn. Let me enter 2,800. Again, same amount. Say amount, what is the amount? 2,800. It is multiples of 100. So I'm going here. So C dot rack 2000 means I'm getting a 2000 rack object. Now dispense method will go to the 2000, right? Yeah. Now let's see F6. See, it is coming. So what is the amount? 2,800. Divided by 2000, it will give you number of 2000 nodes, only one. So what I'm mentioning? Dispensing 2,000 nodes. Then what is the remainder? 800, correct? 800. Now where should I go? What is my chain? Look at here, chain automatically it has given you 100, correct? Chain 500 rack dot dispense method. It now from here it will go to the dispense of 500 method, 500 rack. Let's keep a debugger here. It's already there now.
So
So what is the amount?
Here it is in the chain dot dispense, right? What is this chain here?
See, that is what, see, first 2000 you have added a chain of 500. For 500 you added a chain of 100, correct? Now in the 2000, what I'm doing, chain dot dispense. Already this chain you know, correct? What is the chain object? Chain object is nothing but you are from 2000 you are going to 500, correct? And then 500 to 100 you are going. So now whenever I keep F6, see it has come to the 500 rack. Now what is the amount? 800, because if you look at here, to this dispense method, new currency of reminder. Reminder is 800. Now, how many 500 nodes of 800? Only one. So I'll mention dispensing 500 nodes. Done. What is the reminder? 300. Now, whenever, see, can I now, if I do F6, can I say that 500 rack is completed execution? Can I say 500 rack execution is completed? Is it Shankar?
Yes.
Okay. After completion of 500, where you need to go? 100. How you have created a chain? Whenever you're calling this main class constructor, in this one, can you say that you have done? See, 200 dot chain, it has to go to 500. 500 dot chain, it has to go to 100. Correct? You have created the chain already, right? So now, so here, whenever you say this chain, what does it mean? You are calling the chain method. Correct? In each and every object, each and every class, you have a chain method. In the chain method, you are setting that object. Now in the 500, what is the chain object? It's 100, correct? After that 100, do you have anything? No, null. So 100 dot dispense method will be called. Now let me go to the 100 dispense method. See, what is the leftover amount? 300. Now number of nodes, 300 by 100, 3. So it will say dispensing 300 nodes. And what is the reminder? 0. Correct? And then it will not go anywhere, right? Now can I say this is my program completion? Now while true, again it will ask you, please enter the amount again. Let me enter 4,000. Now let me, when I enter 4,000, what happens? It will go to the 2,000 rack. And then it will dispense 2,000 rupees. And do you have any reminder? No. Then do you need any chain? No. Again, it will execute, correct?
Yes.
So here I kept it true. That means it is continuously asking you. Even the ATM machine also will be continuously working, correct? Unless until you just need to insert the card. So entering the amount is nothing but I am treating it as a inserting a card. Hope you understand. Any questions?
In this 2000 rack procedure, method, if you go there, here chain dot dispense. So
first of all, you look at this one. Even see whether 1,000 or 2,000 rack or 1,000 rack or 500 rack, are these implementing from a dispense chain object? Dispense chain only, correct? The parent is same. So what is the chain? Chain is a parent only, correct?
Yeah, parent only.
So now so here, where do you see after 2,000, where you need to go? 1,000. How did you mention that? Here you
500.
need to mention, see here. Sorry, yeah, 500. So 2000 on top of this object, you are calling this chain method. So that means it will go to the 2000 chain method. And what are you passing? Here you are passing 500. So the current, that means in the 2000 object, what is the dispense object you created? This is nothing but, this chain is nothing but, say that means here you are doing like this, dispense chain equal to new 500 rack, nodes 500 rack. Sorry. This is how you're creating an object like this. Now, whenever I create an object, what is a chain of chain is containing? What is a chain? It's a object only, right? What it is referring it to? 500 rack in the 500, no 1000.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, I'm calling a dispense method. That means what is the object here? 500 rack. So it will go to the 500 rack dispense method. Hope you understand.
Yeah, if it is okay.
So see
because
here
it
I
is in a
did.
constructor, I'm not able to get that one. Constructor, this will be called very in the beginning, right?
Yes, but you created a see what does, whenever you say dispense, c dot rack 200 dot dispense means what does it mean? In the 2000 object, you are calling a dispense method. Correct?
Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Similarly, let's look at here also. Here, whenever you say rack dot 200 rack dot chain means what are you calling? In the 2000 class, there is a chain method you are calling. Correct?
Correct. Correct.
And what you are passing? 500 object. Correct?
Right.
Yeah. Now let us come to this one. I did not keep a debugger here, so that's the reason you are getting confused. Now, whenever I do this one, say so here I created all the objects. Now 2000 dot chain means, can I say that 2000 class chain method will be called?
Correct.
Yes or no? Yeah. In this chain, what is the, can I say this is the parent?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
right.
after 2000, where do you need to go? 500, correct? How do you are doing the assignment? See, this to this chain method, what you have passed? 500 object, correct?
Okay. You are passing
Now,
500.
yeah, then this dot chain means what does happen? Can I say this is how it is happening? Dispense chain equal to this chain. That means dispense chain equal to new 500 rack. Is it right?
Right. Right.
Yeah. Similarly, done. Now 500, after 500, where do you need to go? 100. So can I say that again you are calling the method, chain method of a 500 rack? Yes. Now here in this 500 rack also, what does it mean? It's a chain. And what you are passing here? 100. So this means, can I say that dispense chain equal to new 500 rack, not 500 object, correct? Sorry, 100. Now you are creating a chain, done. Now on top of this, you are using that object, right?
Okay.
Hope you understand now.
I think, yeah, we'll go through.
Yeah. When I say 3000, yeah. See, first 2000 is gone. Now here, now your question is, what does a chain means, correct? Now, whenever you are calling this chain object, what did you do? Dispense chain equal to new 500. This you have done in the starting itself, correct? Now, what your chain object is holding? Which reference? Note 500 reference only. Am I right?
Yeah, but this, okay, this chain, whatever is in 2000 rack chain, we defined in 2000 rack, right?
It's a reference variable, right?
Yeah, reference variable, we defined it.
Yeah, whenever when first in the constructor, whenever you are calling this method, what you are passing here? 500, correct? 500 object. So whenever you are passing the 500 object, can you say this is what it is happening?
Okay, correct. Okay.
Okay. Now what is your chain object? 500 object only, correct?
Oh, now it is 500 object. Okay.
Yeah. And then so similarly, you will go to 500. Now in the 500, what is the chain object? 100 object, right? Because you are passing. Or instead of you are not comfortable with this, what if you are not comfortable this one, what you can do, you can create a global variable also. In the directly here equal to new nodes 500. Sorry. What is the class name? Yeah. Okay. Now In the 500, let me keep it as 100. Now hope you understand now. Instead of calling a chain method, directly you can create a chain also. But this is not, if I am writing like this, I am hard coding the object creation inside this. But generally we should not do like this. So that's the reason I'm using a chain method. Now, whenever you look at chain, what is a chain object here? 100 object dot, you are calling it dispense. But instead of this one global variable like eager initialization, when you are doing the initialization, whenever you call the chain method only. That is what my meaning.
So that is
Both
86, line number 86, we're passing that 100 nodes one, I think that's what.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, 100 of, see, after completion of 500, you need to go to 100. What is the 100 object name here? Chain.
Yeah, that is in 86 line, we are passing that 100 object currency.
Yeah, you're calling the dispense method of a 100 object class.
Okay, 100 object class.
Okay. Now, this is one way of doing. If you don't want to do, this is a eager initialization, correct? If you want to do the lazy, I have initialized to null. And how did I do the initialization? Using a chain method, correct? This also works, that is also works. It depends on different way of writing the code, that's it.
Okay.
Any questions, anyone? This is also one of the system design question, guys. Like design a ATM machine. Like there are some other characteristics like embedded Java you have to use, and then like an 2000, so for example, during the demonetization, there is a problem, right? Because the 100 rupees size is different from the previous one. So you need to consider all of those. So in future, if there is again demonetization, your ATM should not have a problem, right? So that means it should be independent of size of the node, right? There should be some mechanism to identify that. So all of those you need to consider, but this is how the technical, like inside that, once you complete the design machine, inside that how the logic should be, this is how the logic. There are so many improvements, but this is the general logic I wanted.
In that constructor, we are calling some method, right? What is that method in constructor?
If you are writing like this, you don't need to call this. I just commented it. You don't need to create an object also. You just need to create a rack 200 object only. That's it.
Okay, I mean, we will create racks also.
You don't need to. Only first rack you need to create, because whenever you are calling from main method, this first rack you need to call. So first rack object you are calling. And then from this, you need to go to second rack. How do you are going? In the second rack, you are creating like this directly, correct?
Okay, okay.
So if you are using a chain method, that is how you need to do. If you don't want, if you want to do the eager initialization, you can do like this.
Okay. So as part of the normal chain response one, they'll use eager one, or like this they'll use? Like
lazy. Whatever lazy we have done, yeah. Because you are creating, see, here, this is what I'm following a chain, right? After see, what is my request? 2800. That is been transferring from 200 object to the 2000 is one class. After completion of that 2000, the same request is going to the 500. After completion of 500, that same request is going to the 100, correct? So this is also one of the chain of, like I'm following a chain, and request is being transferred from one object to another object. So hence, this is a chain of responsibility.
Okay, fine. I think because that is everything is put in the constructor, it looks so.
You just need to debug.
It is going on.
Yeah, see, because I debugged it, it may be difficult for you. So yesterday I have shared the code, right? I'll in the interest of some other guys, I will be sharing it again.
Mention all those things in the constructor, because the control will come to 2000 rack, and again it is going to that constructor. I mean, it looks like they are parallelly running.
No. So that is what you need to debug it. If you are good at core Java, these questions will not come. Okay. So you just try to debug 3 to 4 times. Immediately you will understand.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
The initialization or the chaining is kept outside just because means sometimes when the new things come.
Yes.
Like tomorrow, if I have to implement 200 also.
So, for example, there is no 500 nodes. It's been banned. Immediately, you need to go to 2200. So, you see, you can configure this outside of a class also, right? See, I assume that if this is your source code, okay? So if I'm hard coding here, can I say that my API I'm hard coding? Yes. Now, if I'm keeping this outside, so this is how you are sending a request. If I'm keeping in the main method, I can keep this one outside of the API. Then I can modify the chain also. That's the advantage.
So that is the reason you kept it outside. This to
Yes.
in future only this area will be changed and
no need to impact for the others.
Yes, right.
But since Shankar is not able to understand, I have commented this one and I have told that this is also another way to do a chain. Both are following the chain only, but dependent of code, independent of code. That's it.
Okay, got it, Karthik.
Yeah.
Hi, Karthik.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I attended one interview. In that interview, they asked that do you have experience in the 3 domains? Do you have any idea on the 3 domains? What are those?
What? See, generally, if you ask me 3 domains means what is that? You should have asked, right? What does that 3 domains means? So generally, domains say, are they referring it to the technical things or functional? What is that? No one can answer that simply, right? 3 domains means what? So are they talking about?
I'm asking, is there any
no.
3 domains like that? Or?
No. You should have asked written question. Can you give me an example, or I'm not able to recollect that what does a 3 domain means? See, generally domain comes into picture like banking industry. Insurance is one domain. Banking is another domain. Banking domain is called as BFSI. Banking, finance, service, insurance, like that one. So insurance is separate domain. Okay. And there is another domain called life sciences.
Like this insurance domain, finance domain. Am I right?
Yeah. Yes, so that is what you need to ask them. Like whatever the domains I know is life sciences, bank, BFSI. These are the major domains.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yeah. Don't worry. Like when they ask a question, if it is not clear to you, don't hesitate to ask them. Or can you please give me like I do not see when they say that domain, you tell whatever the domain you know, and then ask them like what exactly you are expecting from me. Then he might give you some examples so that you can get the answer.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you.
Sir, and that debugging and the points, how to fix that? Can you show?
What is the point?
The side, that 9th line you are fixing on breakpoint.
So now you just double click. See here, if it is an Eclipse, what you can do? Go to this.
In that line, sir.
Yeah. See, after 20, you can see one small ash color, right? So double click on this. That's it. Or there is another way. Right click. Toggle breakpoint.
Okay, got it. Sir.
Okay. If you want to remove, select this, double click, it will be gone. Or else, see here, toggle breakpoint. Now this you want to remove it. What do you do? Disable breakpoint. It is gone. See, earlier it is dark. It is now light. Correct. Double click will enough. That's it.
Got it. After that, we can directly run in debugging mode.
Run as debug as Java application. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes,
the first thing you need to add a debug that is called as a breakpoint. Some people will call it as a debugger point. So you just keep the breakpoint because my main method execution starts from main method, right? So the Java program starts from main method. So I kept in the first line and then I clicked on debug as Java application.
Okay.
Anything else? Anyone?
Thank you, sir. Clear. We will practice.
Yeah. So I will share this code again, guys, instead of in the interest of new guys. So I request you all to please practice. Okay. And you can ask me if you have any questions after practice. let me know. So there is no class tomorrow and after tomorrow, and we'll be meeting back on Monday. And Monday we are trying to discuss the builder design pattern. Okay. Now the builder design pattern. Now you guys want me to share the code? Will you guys look at over the weekend or directly we'll talk about on Monday? What is your feasibility?
We'll talk on Monday.
Okay. You don't want even to look at the code?
No. Once
No,
we
no, no.
listen the
Send this.
class,
I
na,
mean,
then
send
only we
this
can
code.
easily
Yeah.
understand.
Some people,
Send
some
this
people
code.
will. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, send this code. We will try to. I mean, still the doubts are there. I mean, the clear
Yeah, see.
lines are okay, but the chaining, right? So how it chains, still doubts is there. So we will debug and we will see that. If anything, comes in between, we shall discuss it on Monday.
Yes, yeah. That is the reason. Well, see, whether you practice or not, I am going to write a program. No issues. Okay. But some people will say, if you look at something, see, everyone is part of the Scrum calls, correct? So during why are we doing the refinement? In the refinement, we are going to look at and discuss about that and then come with the questions, correct? The same thing, like if I share you the code, just you at high level, if you look at it, you know what is happening. And then whenever I explain, it makes sense. Like I will be writing from scratch. But whenever if you look at something and I'm explaining, you can relate it. So that is how some people think about it. So that's the reason I asked her. Now, whenever I'm sharing this code ATM node, I will remove this one, eager, and I will keep null. And then I will share it, guys, so that you will know the chain one. If I directly hard code it here, easily anyone can understand this one, correct? Yes or no?
Karthik,
Yes, Karthik. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me
Karthik, yeah, 1 minute, Karthik. Karthik, in this main method, the line number 20th, when I'm trying to run the code, correct, it is giving me null pointer exception at that line.
in this line.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
There is the same code which I was just trying to run, and it goes to the this 2000 lakh class. Okay, and within that it is trying to go to the constructor. I mean, like that chain method.
Okay.
That is failing there. It says like null pointer exception.
I think you are not following the proper line here. This one you have done mistake, I think.
Okay, let me. Yeah, I think yes.
Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is also another point, guys. Since you have asked, so whenever you're getting a null pointer, just think about it. For example, see here in this line, if I'm getting a null pointer, what does it mean? Can someone tell? Yeah, which object is null?
The currency.
Yeah. So any value you have null, on top of the null, if you call any method, it might give you null pointer. So now here, this object is null, then only you can get a null pointer, correct?
No, I think while writing that code, I was using the old one, like c.chain, and we are passing that.
Yeah.
That's right.
So now hope it is working now.
I will try. I mean, like I have to change in 3 classes. So I will change and
yeah. Fine. I will share this code with you guys. You can practice. And then tomorrow there is a workshop, guys. Not tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Shivaratri, right? So on Sunday morning 11 a.m. there is a free workshop on multi-threading, and we'll be doing the executor framework live coding. If you are interested, you can join. These are code, and it will be shared with you in the WhatsApp group. I think it's already shared. You should have got it already.
Yes, Karthik, we'll join.
Yeah, fine. If any of your friends are also interested, please let them know. It is a free workshop. You don't need to pay anything. Okay. Yeah. That's all for today, guys. Thank you all. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. And I will share the code of builder pattern, and then this pattern, I request you guys to please practice. Yeah, thank you. Shiva, I will talk to the admin. I'll ask them to add you from the backend. Thank you.